All right, so today we are going to be reviewing a ceramic coating product on this 2014 Corvette Stingray. The product is Armor Shield by Avalon King. Before we get started with doing the ceramic coating process on this Corvette, we're gonna have to go through, wipe down, clean it off, make sure there's no tar, residue on the car. Once we get done with all that, clay bar any extra spots that need to be clay barred, and then we're gonna get started on applying the Armor Shield product. It's gonna take a while to dry and see how it comes out, talk a little bit about any difficulties, and go from there. Okay, so starting with the first step, we're going to pre-soak the car before we get into a deep wash. After pre-soaking it, we have a bucket of soap, Dawn dish soap. It's a great degreaser. It'll get any grime off the car that needs to come off. Once we finish doing that, we're gonna go through and clay bar the car. That'll be the second step. And then after that, we can finally get started on the process of applying the coating. So now that we have the car pre-soaked, we're gonna go through, we're gonna use our mixture of dish soap and water and kind of go through and scrub down the car. We have this special sponge go through and really help wipe off any of the dirt spots around the car or any tar that may be sticking to it. Okay, so we just finished degreasing the car, wiping it down, getting a lot of soap on it, rubbing off any extra spots. We have a few more spots that we're gonna go through and use the clay bar on. There's a lot of different little things throughout the car, such as right here, you can see a little bit of tar buildup. That was hard to scrub off, and a few other little spots throughout the car. We're gonna wanna make sure all of that is gone before we start with the product. So I'm gonna spray off the car one more time, then we're gonna go ahead and clay bar it, and we should be ready to go. All right, so we pulled the car into the garage and we're gonna do the last step before applying ceramic coating, which will be to clay bar any extra areas that we missed when cleaning it. I know there are a few areas on the hood and front bumper that we're gonna cover, and then after we're done with that, we'll get started with the ceramic coating, and that'll be it. All right, so the car is fully cleaned off. We went ahead and clay barred the entire car, got off any extra residue. Then we went through and wiped it down with the alcohol wipes. That's the pre-prep before you go ahead and apply the Armor Shield coating. So now that we have completed all those steps, we're ready to start with the Armor Shield application. One thing that I wanted to add before going to the application process is that you only need about 10 to 12 drops per panel when applying product. So 10 to 12 drops on the sponge will get you through like an entire hood, bumper, fender, everything like that. All right, so we're gonna start here on the hood, and the directions are really simple. You just wanna go back and forth, left to right, horizontal motion, moving throughout the car. And then after you go horizontally, you're gonna wanna go vertically up and down. Now the whole prep work leading up to it really helped out with making a smooth surface. I mean, you can just feel it glide right across the car. So it's going on really easy. You can kind of feel it a little bit just because of the sponge. You could use different sides. There's two different sides. I believe it suggests using the softer side. So that's what I did. That's what I saw is the best option to use. All right, so we got part of the hood done. And we're gonna finish up on that side of the hood when we get back around the car, kind of going in halves, starting off with the left side of the car and just working our way back around. All right, so we have made it around the car. We're just gonna finish up on the other side of the hood now. And then from here, we're gonna work down to the bumper and a little bit of the fenders down below and side skirt. Those are the more difficult parts to get. So we're gonna finish up with that last. Okay, so that's it. The car has been fully ceramic coated from front bumper to the trunk. I think the car came out looking great. It still has 24 to 48 hour secure rate, but so far, I mean, the car looks great. It looks wet, it just looks like it revived the paint. I mean, the paint was already great to begin with. I mean, you can just see going in here, the shine and the gloss all the way throughout the car, especially on the hood, roof, and right here on the side. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It still has 24 to 48 hour secure rate, so I can only imagine what it'll look like then. But I mean, hopefully it does its job. Hopefully it'll remove all the water spots and everything, keep water off the car. I mean, it's great turnout right here. I can't be more impressed. So that's about it for the video, all the steps and whatnot. Again, this was Armor Shield, great products, little bottle, go a long way, don't have to waste it, don't have to do too much with it. So that's about it, and thank you for watching.